Hi there, welcome to a series of videos called English for Emerson. This is a series of videos that I started making for my son Emerson. We do a little bit of everything on this channel, and lately we've been doing some social skills. Listen, for a lot of young men out there, it's kind of difficult to learn some masculine social skills. I had problems with this. If you think about it, most boys are raised by women, and most teachers in school are women. And unless you have some experience outside of the school system and away from home, away from women, you're going to naturally pick up on a lot of feminine body language and social skills by default. And we just don't have a system in place to teach boys how to behave like men. This is a struggle for me. And so I'm making this series of videos to try to help. I've got 49 subscribers right now. If you'd do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate it. Maybe we can break 50. Maybe we can break 50. Listen, I want you to watch a very short clip on YouTube. It's of an actor by the name of Charlie Sheen in a very short scene in the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Okay? He is in this scene with this actress. I believe her name is Jennifer Grey. And they're in a police station. And if you're curious about how do I hate, people talk about having a masculine frame and how to kind of have to pass a woman's shit tests, how to deal with women, how to deal with feminine energy and feminine pressure, how to establish some masculine frame. I would encourage you to watch this scene. And I think really, to a certain extent, you learn most of this stuff through the movies. And probably older movies, because the movies today that are made today are, I'm sorry to say it, but the women have pretty much taken over. So if you're going to get any real masculine frame, you got to go back and look at some older movies, because the things now, it's a mess. And the only masculine films you're going to see now that are mainstream are just mostly just violence and completely CGI bullshit. Let's be honest. I want you to take a look at this actor, Charlie Sheen, in this role and see how his body language is and how he behaves. And I'm not suggesting that you completely embody all this character's mannerisms and characteristics, but just look how slowly he moves and how slowly he talks and how clearly he speaks, but it's done very, very slowly. I would encourage you. That's the whole point of this video, to slow down your speech and slow down your movements to establish a masculine frame. Listen, I got a couple of part-time jobs, and one of the things I do is I work in retail at a hardware store, part-time. I deal with men all day long. Old, grumpy contractor guys, okay? One of the main characteristics of these masculine men who work in contracting and who do this is that they move, speak, and relate slowly. When they go up to the credit card machine, especially the older guys, they can hardly figure it out. I'm the same way. Their fingers, these big gnarled fingers, they move very slow on the screen. They can't figure out hardly how to enter their PIN number. They don't understand all the little stupid questions that the card reader asks. And why should they? These are great big men who work with concrete and rebar and 2x4s and beams. they're not designed to deal with all these screens and buttons and all this communication. They don't do it well. And they shouldn't really. It's just not their role in life. And I'm not good at it either, even though I'm stuck in that position in life right now. And it's okay. But if I contrast that with one of the women who works at this place, they're going to go up to the screen if you ask them how to do something, and their finger's going to move across the screen extremely quickly. You just do it like this. You just do it. You just do it like this. You just do it here, then you go over here, then you go over here. Then you just do it. Their fingers and their mouth are moving 5 times faster than my fingers and my mouth move. I have to say, you need to slow down to the pace that my brain works. And they can't comprehend. They're women. They can't comprehend that my nervous system does not operate like a small bird. It operates like a large goose. Or maybe something along those lines, a fat goose. We don't move at the same speed in terms of our nervous system. Listen, if you're a young man, you're used to spending time probably with women who talk extremely fast and move their fingers extremely fast across the screen and can type and do all this kind of stuff. Stop that shit. It's not masculine behavior. You don't need to type 200 letters a second on a screen. That's not masculine behavior. Slow all that down. Inhabit your space like Charlie Sheen does in this clip on Ferris Bueller's Day Off in the jail. Notice how this woman, Jennifer Grey, who starts off very, very tough and very, very hard, when she's in this scene with this very, very slow, present, calm guy, how she softens. And she starts to slow down and just kind of soften up. And at the end of the scene, she's like putty in his fingers. Try slowing down. Everything with the screens, everything with your speech, everything with your actions. Try to go half speed and just see how it feels and see how women respond. Because I'm telling you, these older masculine guys are doing everything at half speed. And a lot of times it can get annoying and they can kind of get irritating when they get too kind of laconic and grumpy and immobilized. But if you spent too much time among women and you're operating, and I can sense it, I do it with my voice. I start going too fast. Slow down. You're going to have twice as much success as a man going half speed.